Your first film does really well, but what follows next, I mean, no one trains you for that. But the problem is, why do you should dress your age, but if you don't believe in it deep down, you'll be an unhappy person.
Sure.
And I stopped being that unhappy person long back.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to PINKVILLA. Meryl Streep once said, "Your work will stand no matter what." And our guest today is a living example of this statement. She started out with some regional films and then made her smashing debut with Shujit Sarkar's Vicky Donor in 2012. Since then, she's been ruling everyone's heart. Yes, you've guessed it right. We have Yami Gautam with us today. Yami, welcome to PINKVILLA's special edition of Women's Day called Woman Up.
Thank you, Avinash. Thank you for such a glorious introduction. I wish life was also as flowery and beautiful as your words and as smooth.
I'm sure it is.
But yeah, I think thank you so much.
There's this very popular notion in our business, that whenever you start out, you have to start, you have to have someone to handhold you, or to be very specific, to have a godfather. You have broken that stereotype in many ways, that you came, you can be called an outsider, and you've made a very, very important space for yourself in the film industry. Where does this journey actually began from?
Began about 11 years back.
Mm-hmm.
And it began with television. That is what gave me my first ticket to Mumbai.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, this place it's full of, but isn't it? I'm sure more like most of professions, it's there are many, of course, notions in our industry. There are many things, there are many do's and don'ts, and there are many voices. There's opinions, there's advice, there's too much opinion on everything. And I think the biggest challenge only has to be to evolve as a person, as an actor, and all those aspects, and yet maintain and have that person and that perspective alive with which you came to the city. You're fearless at that time,
Yeah.
There's excitement, you're fearless, it's okay to make mistakes. You're not scared because no one's looking at you, no one's expecting anything much from you.
Mm-hmm.
Problem happens when obviously it's great when you move on in life and you start doing well, and your first film does really well, but what follows next, I mean, no one trains you for that. That's your own journey, that's your own experience, and you got to learn.
We made so much of hoopla around this Godfather thing, but how difficult was it? How did you carve this journey for yourself?
Tough, yes, of course, it was very tough. There's so many things which, you have to handle. Anyone saying anything on your face, and probably you don't know what it means. You don't know what to do. Okay, there could be people having opinion on the way you dress for a meeting. There could be opinion on the way you do your makeup or hair, or how you carry yourself. And this is, I remember when I was, I gave an audition for a really big production house, and the person is one of the most popular casting directors. And that person told me, your screen test was really good. And I'd already shot Vicky Donor, but it had not released and everything.
Okay.
Very good. So I was very happy because they wanted to launch, a new face. I was very happy. You've been shortlisted. But the problem is, why do you should dress your age. Why do you dress like that? I said, I don't know what it means. I just a jeans and top. I mean, what's wrong with that? So like, no, you should always aim at looking younger, always aim at looking, you're a young girl, so why not dress your age? So I don't know what it means. And then you start questioning everything there's so many things I wanted to tell that person, that if I look the part, if I look the character, it's your job and hair and makeup's job to make me look the way the character demands, and rest of course is my job as an actor. So how does it matter why can't I walk in a meeting in a kurti if I want to, and jeans if I want to, or a dress if I want to, versus what you expect me to. I mean, how does that matter?
Yeah.
So these are the small things. Now, right now, today, it's comfortable for me to talk. But at that time, I came out thinking that I know I've lost the part for sure. But what do I do about it if I don't connect with something? I mean, what kind of a expectation is this? Or is this just one person? Is it everybody who thinks like that? So I didn't get it. I never understood these things. I was never meant to be contained in that kind of mold. Why such things? I mean, the most important thing is your ability, your talent, and your confidence, and that's it.
While you can talk about these things today, but at that point in time, and somebody must have also passed a comment like this, thinking it's okay to say these things. But at that point in time, somebody who's looking out for a role, it must have impacted that person in a very different way. Which is unfair to the aspirant. How do you react to situations like this? For whoever who wants to get into the film industry and will come across people like this, what suggestion do you give it to them? That how do they deal with comments like this?
I'd say, first of all, just to add, as long as you are clean, the clothes are clean, they're good, they're smart, that's of course important. So I questioned that also. I said, I was wearing clean clothes, they were nice, and there's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, as long as which everybody is so well groomed any which ways these days. My suggestion would be, I'm so glad this conversation, however it's begun, it's made a beginning. And it really makes an impact. I'm sure. I wish if I'd heard these words from someone at that time, then, that kind of acts as a relief, that, okay, I'm doing fine. That's okay. That was just one person, but she who's read somewhere has said this. So let me stick to what I feel. Let me stick to what I believe, and work on on the right, correct aspect. So I just say that, please, I mean, they're two simple words, the most used words, but you understand the meaning much later. But when you say, be yourself and just wear your confidence, just ask yourself the correct questions, that why you want to be here. If you really want to become, of course, fame and all these things, they all come with being an actor and the kind of place this is. But first, I think if you really love this profession, if you really love this for what it is, then that's it. I mean, that's all you got to do. I don't think you should try and fit in any kind of mold that you personally don't believe in, but you're doing it because that's the way it is. I don't think deep down you'll be a happy person. You might get some work, or, of course, you network around and all that. But if you don't believe in it deep down, you'll be an unhappy person.
Sure.
And I stopped being that unhappy person long back.
Sure. Was it ever a point when you lost out on work because you were not rightfully connected to someone?
I'm still not fully connected to anyone. I have, and it's regardless of any. I've lost out work to see. If I lose out a role to someone who I feel, I would have loved to do that, but even that person is, that's a really good actor, and that's okay. That's fine. I've lost to someone who's really good. But when you lose, some roles, you feel like, why? And I've lost out, to someone who was not from the industry, someone who was from the industry. So both ways. Sure. And then after a certain point, you make peace with it. That it's not that I'm giving in, but I acknowledge it. That's the way it is. Now, knowing that, I have to strive and work harder.
Sure.
For someone like me, just one hit or just one film doing well will not be enough, I guess. Sure. Otherwise, my first film was really good. I've tried, at least from my end, to be as diverse as possible with roles. I've done cameos also. And I've done every bit to reach here where I'm getting finally some really interesting scripts. So I left it long back, that kind of, that you keep cribbing about it, I lost it. It's then you'd rather, then I think your mental state, a balanced mental state, which is very difficult, but it's very essential to get to remain sane and focused on what you want to do versus why didn't I get that? I know why I didn't get it and move on. That's
Sure.
okay.
If Yami in 2021, Yami of 2021 wants to give a suggestion to Yami of 2011, what that suggestion will be?
Just remain fearless. It's the fear which becomes a problem. Fear of losing out work. Fear if I don't do this, if I don't be in a certain way, I lose out. Or if I don't voice my discomfort about some things, if I feel I'm saying creatively or in whatever aspect, then I lose out. I don't think that fear should exist. We work in a team, in a field where it's a collaborative effort. It's a team that makes a film, and every voice matters. Everything matters. Your perspective, your own perspective matters. And I don't think I tell myself not to never allow anyone to tell me this is how I should be to get where I want to. I know that.
So Yami, now we move on to the next segment, which is called Knock Knock, Who's There? Here I'm gonna, give you hints about women achievers or some great women-centric films. These hints are divided in 3 levels. So the first hint will be a difficult one. Then the second one will be a little easier, and the last one, I'm hoping you'll be able to guess who that person or that
Oh my
film
God,
is.
that's okay.
Depending on the hints. So should we quickly begin?
Yes, please.
Okay. So your first hint is. This much-loved actress is a daughter of a renowned poet and has studied in FTII Pune.
Shabana Asmi.
Wow. I thought that was a difficult one.
Okay.
Very nice. Second one, this is a film. So this film released in 2012 and was directed by a woman director and featured a female superstar in the lead.
Female director, you said?
Yes.
She directed it.
Yeah.
Was it... you have to tell you the film.
Yes.
Was it English English?
Wow. Yes,
Yeah?
it is.
I love Shri.
Quite
I
fast.
think I've watched most of her, I think all her films. I love Shri.
Third question. This achiever is a politician, a retired IPS officer, and a social activist.
Dr. Kiran Bedi.
Wow.
What? No?
Wow.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
too fast. Fourth question. She's a celebrated boxer and a politician.
You have to really... Can I take the second hint? It's just the name. I know her.
Uh,
And sometimes if I don't get name now, I just don't get it. But I know who's it.
I'll give you the second hint. She's the only boxer to become Asian amateur boxing champion for a record 6 times.
I didn't know. It can't be Marie Kom, right?
It is Mary Kom.
It is Marie Kom. Oh, sorry. I knew right from the first time, but I didn't know about the political. I wasn't aware. I'm sorry, but I knew about her achievements.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't know about the political background. Yeah.
And the last question is, so this is again, you have to guess the director. So this director made her debut in 2009, and Shah Rukh Khan had made a special appearance in the film.
Okay. Let's move on to the next hint.
Yeah?
Must be Farah Khan.
No.
It's not?
No.
Okay. So I've lost this.
No, I
Or
can
you want to give me a
another
second hint? Yeah.
Her brother is a filmmaker too.
That's not Farah Khan?
No.
Oh. I don't think I'll get this.
I thought this one would be easier. Okay, I'll give you the last hint. Her last film had featured Ranveer Singh and Alia Bhatt.
Zoya.
Yes.
Oh, of course. Zoya. Of course. I didn't get it.
It is Zoya. Before we end, I just want to tell you, Yami, you're special. You're very important. And, more power to all that you're doing. You're so inspiring. Thank you for this conversation.
Thank you so much, Avinash. I really hope it makes, a difference. We all make a difference in our own way. And this is to all my fellow female contemporaries also. I mean, one way makes way for the other. I think another most important myth, if I can burst, or if in my head at least I like to burst, that you're not happy for another actress, or I don't think so. At least the times that we're living in, a competition, of course, is different. We all want to get the best of films. We all want our films to do well. But I think if we really want to reach somewhere, we need to really celebrate and be happy for each other. And if I don't get something, someone else gets it. That makes way for 3 more actresses to some really good scripts, and that believe that we have our own standing and something really substantial to do. So,
sure. Yeah. I think that's a great line to end this conversation with. And
thank you.
Again, I would like to say more power to this thought. I hope everyone listens to this. Thank you for this lovely conversation.
Thank you, Amilash. Thank you so much.